Hey guys, this is Clinton Jeff and today we're checking out the Beyonce Ivy Park Adidas UltraBoost OG in the high-res yellow colorway. As a huge Beyonce fan myself, you all know I had to cop these. Let's check them out. The Ivy Park UltraBoost OG in the high-res yellow colorway is part of the second drip collection. The first drip dropped back in January this year, and the Ivy Park UltraBoost had released was in a maroon color that I didn't really think I could pull off very well. But even if I wanted to get myself a pair of those, they only released in women's sizing, and here in Asia they were mostly smaller sizes, so I had absolutely no hopes of getting myself a pair. But this time around with drip 2, most of the collection was gender neutral, and the new colorway of the UltraBoost dropped in more sizes, including men's sizes as well. So whatever you identify as, chances are there was a size for you. I feel like there was more stock of the collection this time though. Like the clothes only dropped on Adidas online and sold out immediately. So I totally missed out on those, but the entire range of shoes popped up on Atmos, on Foot Locker, and even JD Sports here in Malaysia. So if you want to cop this pair, it's still sitting with resellers right now. As you probably already know, Adidas has collaborated with a few high-profile artists in the last couple of years, like Pharrell Williams with the Hue NMDs and Kanye for Yeezy. But last year they signed with Beyonce, and as a huge Beyonce fan myself, I was excited. When the pieces from the collection were revealed, I was really impressed. Of course, everything sold out immediately though, so I couldn't manage to get anything from the clothing collection either. But the initial collection was pretty dope, and Drip 2 is pretty awesome as well. Of course, I should point out the collaboration isn't directly with Beyonce. Instead, it's actually with her brand Ivy Park, which is a women's activewear clothing line that launched in 2016. The brand first launched with Topshop, which had a bit of controversy. So instead, Ivy Park was relaunched with Adidas instead this January 18th, which is a huge win for the three stripes. And of course, me being a huge fan of the UltraBoost as well, this was the first thing to catch my eye on Drip 2. Personally, I think they've done a great job here. Let's get to the review. Alright, starting with the box, there's a light pastel green color minimal box with the Adidas 3 stripes embossed across the top, with the Adidas Performance logo embossed on the left side and the Ivy Park logo embossed on the right side. It's a draw type box like you get with a pair of Yeezys, with the size tag on the side and this hexagonal hole meant to relate with the Beehive. And once you open it up, you get this nice little shoe bag with the Ivy Park and Adidas branding and the shoes inside it. Coming to the shoes itself, it retailed at about $200 in the US, and I totally think it's worth it. It looks like Adidas used the UltraBoost 1.0 silhouette here, which I'm really happy about. Starting from the toe box, it's in that classic UltraBoost 1.0 prime knit pattern, which is entirely in this bright lime yellow color. It's a monochromatic shoe, so most of the upper is in different tones of that lime yellow color, but that prime knit upper is all in that one shade of neon yellow, with absolutely no color variations in the knit. The pattern is made up of these ventilation holes that give it an arrowhead-like shape, which adds a little bit of drama to the shoe. This color is really hard to photograph, by the way. I tried to get the color right on camera, but this is definitely something you need to see in person to understand how it looks. It's a really bright neon yellow that almost looks like it's glowing at times. The material feels just like UltraBoost 1.0 Prime Knit, and I absolutely love the look and feel of it. Moving along the side of the shoe, you have that classic UltraBoost 1.0 Midfoot Cage on either side. The shoe itself is a one-piece booty construction, so the Midfoot Cage is kind of aesthetic, but also makes the shoe feel more snug and secure when you're wearing them. The Midfoot Cage here isn't made out of your usual TPU though. Instead, it seems to be made out of a nubuck material, kind of like the treatment used on the triple black UltraBoost 4.0s. Moving upwards, you see these neon yellow rope laces with hits of 3M to make them slightly more reflective. The lacing system here is different from your usual pair of UltraBoosts. First, they're using rope laces here instead of the usual flat laces. And second, instead of your regular lacing system, the laces here go through a toggle lacing system instead. But weirdly enough, they taped off the ends of the laces here, so you can't remove these laces unless you choose to cut them off. Visually, it does look pretty great though, and the laces with the 3M accents look pretty awesome, so this isn't really a huge issue. Moving upwards, at the top of the tongue, there's the Adidas Performance logo debossed into the suede material tag. Coming to the inside of the shoe, you have the usual super comfortable UltraBoost padded sock liner, which is in the neon yellow. If you've ever worn a pair of UltraBoost, you know how comfortable the plush padding is here. The padding is mostly around your ankle and heel area, with the rest of your foot up against that raw prime knit of the upper. Moving on, there's the insole, which comes in a dark green color, with the Ivy Park and Adidas Performance branding in the light green color towards the heel area. But the cool thing here is that this insole has a leather material up top instead of the usual nylon or nubuck material you'd usually find. I can't tell if it's actual leather or synthetic leather, but this is a pretty cool touch that I didn't expect at all. Coming to the back of the shoe, you have the usual UltraBoost heel counter in this kind of translucent neon yellow plastic material forming the base, with the Ivy Park logo debossed into a light brownish yellow suede material on top that matches the tongue tag. Moving around to the back of the shoe, you'll see more of that neon yellow prime knit material with this really interesting wrapped lace pull tab, which kind of looks like they just took the same laces as the ones used on the front of the shoe and then wrapped it around itself to make a pull tab. I'm pretty indifferent to this pull tab. Like, I don't hate it at all, but I don't super love it either. But it does have 3M accents, so that makes it pop a little bit, which looks pretty cool. And then lastly, coming to the tag that you've probably noticed on the back, it comes attached to the pull tab of the right pair out of the box and is made out of a dark green nylon kind of material with the Adidas 3 stripes in a light green on one side and the Ivy Park logo on the other side. I'm not really sure what this is supposed to be for. I think it's just for aesthetics. Plus, it looks pretty awesome in Instagram photos, but I don't think you're supposed to wear these when you're walking around in these. In fact, I'm just gonna say it, please don't wear these when you're walking around in these. Just take it off and maybe use it as a cool keychain instead, or maybe hang it from your car rearview mirror for added swag value. Moving on, that entire upper sits on a full-length Boost midsole. If you've ever tried on a pair of Boost shoes before, you know it's one of the most comfortable cushioning tech out there. I've talked about it a bunch of times on this channel, so I'm not going to elaborate too much on this again. But the Boost midsole is the main reason why UltraBoost was perfect as an everyday lifestyle shoe and also as a casual shoe for running or wearing to the gym, just because they were so darn comfortable. Boost is one of the best cushioning technologies out there, and it just feels great underfoot with that bouncy feeling. The Boost here is painted in a neon yellow color as well, which looks cool along with that upper. And lastly, coming to the bottom of the shoe, you'll see the usual stretch web outsole with continental rubber for multi-surface traction and the usual lightweight torsion spring construction for support when the foot lands to propel your foot forward. The outsole is in this gum color, which really complements the neon yellow color of the upper. And yeah, that's pretty much it for design. You can see that there are really subtle tweaks to the UltraBoost 1.0 silhouette that really elevate the design. Coming to sizing and fit, these fit just like any other pair of UltraBoost 1.0. The UltraBoost 1.0 fits more snug than any of the recent pairs of UltraBoost over the years. So I think the fit is closer to the UltraBoost 20 in terms of how tight it feels. This is mostly because the prime knit used in the 1.0s isn't as stretchy as the 2.0 and newer versions of the UltraBoost, which is why it's a more snug fit. So if that doesn't bother you and you don't mind a shoe that's a little tighter around the collar, then you can totally go true to size here. But I would definitely advise going up maybe half a size. If you have wide feet like I do, maybe even go up a full size. Like for example, I'm a size UK 11, but I went up to a size UK 12 for this shoe, which fits pretty great. Though I do have a little bit of extra room in the toe box area though. Since visiting stores right now is hard, the best way to try this out is if you have a pair of UltraBoost 1.0s around, or if you know someone who has a pair in your size for you to try out. Otherwise, if you're able to visit stores, try on a pair of UltraBoost 20 because these are a bit similar. Alright guys, with all of that out of the way, let's take a look at the Adidas Ivy Park UltraBoost OG in the high-res yellow colorway on feet. Alright, so that was the Adidas Ivy Park UltraBoost OG in the high-res yellow colorway. Honestly, I think Beyonce's Ivy Park team did a really great job with these. I get why they're not as hyped as the first drop with everything else going on in the world right now, but I still find it weird that this UltraBoost is still sitting, or at least here on Adidas Malaysia and JD Sports and Foot Locker and Atmos Malaysia as well. I honestly thought that these would sell out like the rest of the collection did. Maybe they just had a huge stock this time so that everyone could get a pair. Or maybe it's just here in Malaysia because it seems to have sold out in most other parts of the world. Either way, this is a solid pair that I can definitely recommend checking out. In fact, I'd even say that I think that the Ivy Park Adidas collab is probably one of the best UltraBoost collabs to happen. But obviously, this is a bright neon yellow color shoe. So if you're thinking about picking up these, make sure you know how to style them. Alright guys, so that's what I think about the Adidas Ivy Park UltraBoost OG in the high-res yellow colorway. I'd love to know what you guys think about these, and are you thinking about copying a pair? Let me know right in the comment section below. Also, if you want to see more photos of the Adidas Ivy Park UltraBoost OG, feel free to hit me up on Instagram at ClintonJeff and maybe give me a follow. And hey, if this video was helpful and you want to support the channel, don't forget to hit the like button right below and maybe subscribe, because that would be definitely appreciated. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.